it's a crazy feeling to be here, you know. And I can't thank God enough for putting me in this position.
Did you have any inkling that the city you're in for the draft would be the team that picks you?
I had a gut feeling, and, you know, I was just waiting on the moment to come. You know, whenever I got the call, man, I took it all in at once. You know, I was just so excited to, you know, hear my name called in the first round. You know, it's always been a dream of mine since I was younger.
Not everyone gets the experience of having the crowd roar like they did today for you. What was that like? Because only 1 out of 32 guys got that tonight.
It was definitely different, man. That was the best feeling I had my whole life. I can't even explain it. You know, just being out there, you know, it felt like I was just out there having fun. And, you know, that's definitely something I'm bringing, you know. I'm bringing that mindset to come out here and win, but, you know, just enjoy football. You know, I feel like that's where it all go back to.
Matthew, what did the Packers? You talked about what your family's meant to you. Just if you're talking to yourself, you know, 15 years ago, what would you tell that little kid?
You know, he stayed committed. You know, a lot of people doubted him and didn't think he was going to get this far. But, you know, I had a lot of people around me that, you know, that believed in me. But, you know, it started with confidence. You know, I always had confidence in myself when I was a younger kid. So, you know, just going through adversity, you know, keeping my mindset that I'm always come out on top, and whatever opportunity I get, I'm gonna make the most of it.
Matthew, what did the team, like Brian Gutekunst and everyone, just kind of say about you that kind of sold them on you and said that they wanted you here in Green Bay? Was it just about your ability?
Yeah, definitely my versatility, but I would say, you know, just the way I am as a person. You can tell, you know, I give off, you know, really good energy, but like I said, man, I love football. And, you know, I love being around an organization that love football. So I know coming here, they're going to push me to be the best version of myself.
You said to yourself your grandma grew up a Green Bay Packer fan. Have you envisioned that first Lambeau Leap yet?
Yeah, man, I have it. Man, I can't wait for it, man. Just to have my grandma there, but, you know, my family too. Like I said, we went through so much. And, you know, they're so excited for me just to be in this position. And nobody thought I'd be here. And it's remarkable.
With your grandma being a Packers fan growing up, do you have any early memories maybe watching the Packers?
I really don't. I know she got some though. She was here, she got a whole list.
How many Lambeau Leaps do you envision doing in your career as a Packer?
I got to get one a game. Yeah, I got to get one a game. So I'm going to try to do that.
What are your early impressions? I mean, obviously you were in college, but just with this offense, with, you know, Matt LaFleur's play calling, Jordan Love, the receiver room, Jaden Reed, all those guys, just, you know, kind of your takeaways on just what this offense has done and, you know, what the continued potential and growth is of it.
Well, I feel like there's always room to improve. But, you know, like I said, I'm coming in willing to do whatever they need me to do. You know, that's always what I did. I did it at the University of Texas. I did it at Houston. You know, that's something I bring with me. And, you know, I'm bringing that dog mentality, but, you know, I'm coming with a chip on my shoulder. You know, I got something to prove.
You've been able to spend a few days here in Green Bay. Now that you get to call this place home, what have you been able to take away most about Green Bay and it being a football town?
Just the energy, man. It's different. You know, I could tell they love their Packers. You know, that's something that means a lot to me. I feel like they make players want to play even better, honestly, you know. And just being somewhere like that, it's truly special.
How do you feel about pressure? This team hasn't taken a receiver in the first round in 23 years. Everyone's going to be looking at you to produce, especially with the injury to Christian to start the year. But you had that 4th and 13 play when it all mattered too. How do you feel about pressure?
I put it to the side. You know, whenever the lights turn on, I'm always at my best. You know, that's something that's always been with me. You know, whenever my back against the wall, I always come out on top. So, you know, being put in situations like that is nothing new to me. Like I said, I got a lot of confidence in myself. You know, I'm strong, mentally strong too. You know, I feel like that plays a good role on and off the field. But like I said, man, I got a chip on my shoulder. And, you know, it's never gonna leave me. That's something I bring with me everywhere I go.